What's good?
What's happening, man?
Man, we back on Say Cheese, man. Yeah. How you been since then? Since the first interview? Man, what's been going on?
Peaks and valleys, dodged the debacle, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good, man. I'm on my way out of that mess, you dig? So just chilling in Dallas. It won't really let me travel too much right now, so.
Right, you look like you gained a little weight. Is that the lean? Is that the lean or is it just stress?
Shit, man, it's just, 5-star restaurants, lobster and butter, man.
Right, straight up. Now, we're gonna cut this real, well, we're gonna get straight to the point. About 3 weeks ago, you released a clip coming at a 40-ounce van.
Yeah.
He's real popular. A lot of the youth fucks with him. He throws successful events nationwide. So a lot of people was like, Bric Flair, he's trying to throw these antics to get on. Right. Why is this for? Who is this man? What was that whole thing about?
I mean, it's both. It's business and personal. It's personal for some shit he pulled in Dallas. And it's business because I just really sized this man up and he's a fucking catfish. Like, he ain't this guy that he's portraying. Right. And I feel like now, catfish, are you saying like image wise or are you saying like I'm saying like he ain't that guy.
The tweets aren't real, like
he ain't that guy.
Okay.
Like this guy, I go to the hood in every city, I'm good, I'm on the corner, I'm with the gangsters. That's a facade. And like motherfucker like me that really earned stripes, that really did that shit, that really be nationwide tour and really going to the hood in every city I go to, really posting up, really got people in every hood in every city and really doing that shit. I just kind of took offense because like me building my image in this game, that's a lane that's for me. And I feel like he in that hole and it ain't like, he ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
Now some people may say, well, I mean, is there not enough room for both of y'all? Cause you got people like Yes Julz that's out now. She's doing her thing. You got the 40 ounces. Then you got the Ian Connors. Is it not enough room for a Bric Flair and the 40 ounce?
I feel like he just did too much shit to hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too fake with him. He too pussy. You know what I'm saying? And that shit hurt me. Coming from where I come from, he in the way. And it ain't about money. Like, I really feel like I'm better off than him. Like, he just now got in the paint. I've been in here. Like, I've been had a sack. Like, this shit ain't nothing new. Like, I'm in my 30s. I've been had a sack since I was 18, 19 years old. Right. So I didn't just now start getting on. It's just now for me to kind of put a name to the face as far as this music shit goes for me. But like, he come to Dallas and he do all that rah shit, but when he come to Dallas for the Post Malone show last year in 2015, he sat up in the hotel the whole time. He didn't do none of that shit he talked about. And that made me kind of raise an eye, kind of laughed. And then, like, I looked at him. Like, I looked at him in his eyes. I'm like, man, fuck with me, bro. Like, looked at him. And I saw a pussy, bro. I saw him, like, and it just clicked. Like, man, this dude fake. Standing in his chest. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, when you release the visual, a lot of people agree with you. Like, I'm thinking a lot of people, before I posted, I was thinking like, damn, a lot of people going to be like, who is this dude?
Like, shit on me.
Yeah, I thought a lot of people was going to shit on you. You know what I'm saying? And, because my following, they crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But it's the internet.
But they really was agreeing with you. They was like, man, fuck 40 ounce. Yeah. And I'm like, well, damn.
I think a lot of people see what I see. I think a lot of people see a facade. And like, I'm gonna tell you the story about what really made me just not fuck with him at all, period, is during that Post Malone show, the after party.
Was that the one you threw? Or
the one, in Dallas, the hometown show. He was a guest of the after party. I forgot who did the after party. It was at that.
It was at that crib.
Yeah, that little studio spot out there.
The Ash Studio.
Yeah. And people get into it, shots ring out. I've been in Dallas. The shots ringing out ain't nothing new. Like, that shit didn't really faze me. I could tell they was bucking in the air. So, but like, he just pulled some tourist shit and he filmed it and he tweeted it. And me being the promoter of the Post Malone homecoming show, I guess a building had got hit with a bullet and they filed a police report. I ended up getting questioned over the shit. And I'm in a lot of legal trouble. So like, that shit had a potential to really jeopardize my situation. And I get questioned over the shit, and these motherfucking detectives show me his tweet and his video. And that just made me be like, man, this fucking tourist, like a real gangster that really be on this shit really ain't gonna speak on that if it ain't involving him, or even if it is involving him, and goddamn sure ain't gonna fucking film it and record it and tweet it.
What was the caption? Like, what was
it?
It
was like, boys in Dallas wild, or some tourist ass bopping shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, first of all, I don't want Dallas to be portrayed as the Wild Wild West. We trying to get some money out this bitch. We trying to attract the attention for the positive.
Right.
And you tweeting gunshots going off, it was really a very small issue. I just wasn't fucking with that, and it just showed so much of his character. It's just like, man, that dude pussy. He really ain't about this shit.
Right.
Like, he hitting the lick. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think he knows who you are?
Shit, he better.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most respected motherfuckers in New York had told him about me and told him he needed to get right with me. And his response, I guess, was to block me on Twitter and Instagram. But it's just like, man, it's just he a Twitter gangster, man. Like, he a Tumblr gangster. Like, like, this shit, it just don't compute with me. Right. And it irked me, you know what I'm saying? And he in a lane that I'm trying to establish myself in. And really my message is, if the people fuck with him, they gonna really fuck with me, because I'm the real fucking thing.
Yeah. So before this whole incident took place, what was one thing that you did respect about him? Because, I mean, a lot of people are selling hats now, a lot of people are selling merch, but one thing, he is successful at what he's doing.
I mean, I knew about him, and there ain't no reason for a motherfucker but Dallas really should know about anybody from New York like that on some internet shit. So he made a name for himself. He either he stumbled upon this branding technique, or he knew what he was doing, to the fact that I knew who 40 Ounce Van was, but he didn't have a tight backstroke. So it was instant. It was like, as soon as I found out who he was, a week later I found out he pussy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it didn't really work.
Right. Now, a lot of people in Dallas feel some type of way when he comes out here and he doesn't have many Dallas opening acts.
Yeah.
Does he owe the city opening acts?
I don't feel like nobody owe anybody shit. But when you come in this bitch and you doing that type of shit, you should be diplomatic in your ways, or some bullshit bound to happen. And I heard he got ran down on by, a couple people, and he was doing he was really shook and really scared and wouldn't get out of the car until security escorted him in the building and all that shit. Like, that's another reason. It's like, man, ain't nobody gonna intimidate me. But first of all, I'm gonna be diplomatic in my ways. That situation ain't gonna happen with me. Like, we ain't gonna go there. It ain't gonna get to that point, because them same people that are gonna run down on the fake are gonna be rolling with me, because I'm the real thing. Yeah. So it's like, he showed his ass in that aspect. I'm like, man, you rolled over, you showed your pussy.
Right.
And it's kind of like, told you so. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now, Yes Julz, she's actually coming out here as well. She's somebody that I kind of compare to you in 40 Ounce. She's a socialite. She knows these artists. She goes on tour with them. She throws events. Is she somebody that has to check in with you as well, or is it different because she's a female?
I would like for anybody who come into that lane that you're talking about, that you're speaking of, I would like anybody to have the wherewithal to not even just check in with me and me only, but to find somebody in the city that got some fucking stroke. That can make some things happen, that can make them aware of the scene out here. And all that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not with the fly in, fly out shit. I don't fuck with that shit. I don't do that shit when I'm in other towns, and I don't fuck with people who do that shit in my town. Now, I don't feel like it always needs to get physical, or there needs to be an embargo place, but I think people like me need to be vocal and say, I don't fuck with that shit. Love it or hate it, I don't fuck with that.
And it's interesting that you say that, because, I do concerts as well. And, like, when people go to Houston, like, for example, when Nipsey came to Houston, he went to V Live. Exactly. He went to their restaurants and ate at, Frenchies and shit. But it's like, when I brought him to Dallas, it was like, he did a show, he went to the hotel, then he left. Is that because the OGs out here don't really hold weight like Houston OGs do, or is it, what is it?
I feel like we're in a transitional period to where he probably was looking for an opportunity and nothing ever came up.
Okay.
Whether it be you being his main port of contact and you being so busy you don't have time to put him with the people, or he didn't really know anybody. Like when you go to Houston, there's 10 rappers you can think of off the top of your head without even thinking twice of who to contact that's Houston. Dallas, motherfucker, gotta kind of reach for names, and that's something that the scene need to work on. Like, there needs to be an ambassador, there needs to be a gatekeeper, and people need to realize, like, yo, you're in Dallas, you need to fuck with Say Cheese, you need to fuck with Bric, you need to fuck with Gun, you need to fuck with the Outfit, or whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, be sure you get with Be My Friend, or whatever the case may be, you know. And we in this period where when people come in town, the names ain't known enough. You know, even me, you know, like I know a ton of people, you know, Taylor Gang, Jet Life, all that shit, but you still would have to dig to find out I'm here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that goes for everybody.
But it's harder. It used to be easier nowadays because it wasn't social media.
Exactly.
Now you get a nigga with 10,000 followers. He's a gatekeeper and all that. I don't even say I'm a gatekeeper yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still humble. Although I run a successful business, successful blog, I still don't. It's still people here that hold more weight in the city than me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know that. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays it's like a nigga can get 300 retweets. And it's like he the man, he the nigga to go to.
And I think that's a bad way to place people in the positions, because I think the only way to be in the position is to earn them stripes, that have a background, that have a resume.
If you was to see 40-ounce Vans today
in Dallas,
he
ain't allowed in Dallas. So like I'm pulling up, I'll fuck around, pick him up from the airport. Like, that's some real shit.
So he's basically banned from the city.
Yeah, he ain't allowed. It really, to me, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, you know, be blessed that I can't really travel like that. You know what I'm saying right now because of my legal shit. But like, you know, he definitely ain't good in Dallas. He definitely, you know, if he find a way to wiggle in this bitch, I'm pulling up. I'm gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just like that.
So, I mean, what if y'all agree on like an event or something like?
Nah, I'm forever standing in his chest. He wearing that scarlet letter. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing he could do.
Right. Okay, let's say another promoter books him, and I mean, how do you go about that? Are you
in Dallas?
Yeah.
Calling that promoter and I'm telling him, you probably want to cancel this event because as soon as this motherfucker touch foot in Dallas, it's gonna be hell the whole time he's here.
Yeah.
If he's here for an hour, he's gonna have 60 minutes of hell. If he's here for a day, it's gonna be 24 hours of hell. Like, that's just, you know, and I don't want to flex and be like, oh, I'm the toughest guy, but I have resources. You know what I'm saying? I will make that happen because my people know how passionate I am about this shit and how I feel about this man. Right. And really, he's the example. You know what I'm saying?
Now then you have people that's gonna say you're hurting the city because you're letting people like that not come in.
Right. But one man ain't gonna stop this show. You know what I'm saying? And like, he ain't gonna do nothing for the city. That's proven. He's been here however many times and made his money, you know, and didn't do shit. He ain't probably even gave a follow back to any of these motherfuckers out here, bro. You know, on social media, more or less holler at him out when he get back to New York and say, I'm gonna send you some of this whack ass gear. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna do this for you, or do that. You know, it's fake. He a catfish. It ain't real.